Hi friends, and welcome to the Sami Cone Show. Love is in the air, and today's show is full of love. We're talking about loving yourself, loving others, and loving where you live. We're kicking off today's show by adding some sparkle to your day while also erasing and replacing self-limiting labels. Then we'll explore some unique Nashville date ideas for Valentine's Day and beyond. I'm also getting back in the kitchen to make a delicious and anti-inflammatory burger recipe. And finally, I'm catching up with one of my favorite children's book authors to uncover what we all can learn from within the pages of his latest bestseller. So get ready to open your minds and hearts, because you're about to learn something new about yourself and those around you while feeling great doing it.
From the News Channel 5 Network, this is the Sami Cone Show, sponsored by Soundwaves at Gaylord Opryland.
Loving others starts with understanding God's love for us and first applying it towards ourselves. Today's superstar guest, Diana Sumpter, is going to bring the sparkle and help us erase and replace those self-limiting labels that plague so many of us. Diana, you're here.
I'm excited.
You're here. I knew I had to start the show off with you because you do. You just bring so much energy and enthusiasm and love. How can we embrace it in our own lives?
Well, really just kind of following your example. Can I tell you how excited we have prayed over this for Sami for a long time, and I love the difference that you're making in people's lives. And you know, really, as we sat down and talked about coffee, it was the labels that we tell ourselves, the things that have happened in our past and the things that people have said to us and our experiences. You know, those start changing the way we see ourselves. Right. Whenever a thought is there long enough, then it becomes a label, and then that's how we start to see ourselves, and then it becomes a filter, and then it really impacts all of our choices that we're going to make.
Well, and you say we can't start loving others until we love ourselves.
Right.
So what are some of those things that we can do just at the basic level so that we can start loving ourselves better?
Absolutely. I think part of it is just to be able to capture your thoughts. It's, you know, in the Bible it talks about in 2 Corinthians, capture every thought. And so what I kind of picture ourselves doing is, if you could ever just stop long enough and listen to the background noise. It's called a second conversation. So whenever I say, oh my gosh, I see you being the next, you know, I don't know if I can say other people's names, but like, you know, Oprah. And so I don't know if I can say it. I'm a guest. They can't kick me off.
This is Oprah's first studio.
Exactly.
So,
well, there it is. That's where it starts. But like whenever I say that, so depending on what that second conversation in your head is, if you're like, yes, I can see that, then what you're going to do is you're going to attract all of that to you, and you're going to go do that. Versus if I say, oh my gosh, Sami, I see you as the next Oprah, and that second conversation, that label starts to kick in, and you're like, oh no, not me, that people don't know about me, then what you do is you push away the people, you push away the opportunities. So you have to really stop and listen to that second conversation, and then do what I call as an erase and a replace.
Okay, yeah, because there are some really common labels, right? What are some of those common labels that we can erase and replace?
One of the biggest ones right now, it drives me crazy, and that is, I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just like, oh, I mean, like if you could put a big V on your chest and say, oh my gosh, I'm such a victim. I think, you know, to erase and replace that. I mean, so when you're feeling that way, I mean, just take a deep breath and say, wow, so blessed to be in demand, right? Because there's a lot of people that are very lonely that they wish somebody could see them, is one. Another big one is, you know, I failed, or I'm failing, or anything like that. And so what you do is you erase and replace, and remember a time in your life that you did not fail. Remember that everything in your life is not winning or losing, it's winning or learning. And so that if you're slowing down, it is because God is preparing you for more. And so that God is preparing you to be able to handle what's on the other side. So this lesson here is not...
say, you've got 3 doors, that 3 choices we can make every morning, 3 doors we can walk through. Quickly tell us about those.
Sure, and that's a great lead-in. You're pretty good at this. You know, you're so good. I think you've done this before. So like we were talking about the second conversation, the land of the lazy. So every morning you get up, there's 3 doors. There's the land of the lazy, and those are the people that just hang around, and you know, they're always whining, they're always behind, all of those kinds of things. Most people, however, spend their time meandering in the maze of mediocrity. And this is where they just kind of, they're procrastinating, and
a little cuter.
A little cuter there. And I always just talk about, you know, procrastination is the poison to a peaceful life. And the more that you're around these people, see, that's what impacts your legacy. If you're choosing these 2 doors, that's who your kids and your family are.
And let's get to that guy.
And just so you know, on this one I wore once, and then I decided it's officially a prop. And so this is the land of excellence, and this is your choice to step through that and to really really change the way that you process, the way you see yourself, and to eliminate people out of your life that maybe aren't as all in on you as they should be.
So much we can talk about. You've got a poem that you wrote. I want you to read that because I think this is really going to help them. Would you do that for us, please?
Absolutely, I sure will. And by the way, for those who don't go along with you, just wipe their name off your board, say bless their little heart, and then you squirt yourself with glitter. Because you cannot be sad or mad if you're covered in glitter. So there's that. Okay,
love
good.
it.
And so this is a poem that my husband and I wrote, and I would love this for every one of y'all to have it on your mirror. And it is, I am part of the Fellowship of Excellence. I've stepped over the line. The decision has been made. I won't give up, shut up, let up until I've stayed up, stored up, paid up, and prayed up. I won't look back, let up, slow down, back away, or be still. My past is redeemed. My presence makes sense. My future is secure. I am finished and done with low living, colorless dreams, small vision, cheap living, and dwarf goals. I now live by faith, lean on His presence, labor by power, and live by prayer. I cannot be bought, compromised, detoured, lured away, turned back, deluded, or delayed. I will not flinch in the face of sacrifice, hesitate in the presence of fear, negotiate the table of the enemy. I will no longer meander in the maze of mediocrity. From this day forward, when you see us, you will see women of excellence. Thank you for your time.
I claim it.
Yay!
I love it. Okay,
Yes.
I know people are going to want to know where to get that. We'll go ahead and link that on the SamiConeShow.com.
Yep.
Your book, where can people find Step Out of the Box?
Either DianaSumpter.com. They can also get the poem there, or Amazon, or Barnes & Noble. Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are charged up as much as we are, Diana. I love you. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Love always seems to be in the air in Nashville. That's why I've asked one of my favorite Nashville bloggers and friends, Michelle Robinson of Modern Day Moguls, to share some Nashville date night options. Hey, Michelle.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. It's good to see you
Good to see
here.
you too.
I said date night. Really,
Anytime.
Anytime, right?
Yep.
I mean, who wants to go out on Valentine's Day with everyone else? Let's broaden our date horizons.
Right. And we have to get creative with timing sometimes.
We do.
Kids make it a little bit more difficult to get those date nights in.
And from a savings perspective, I'm a big fan of a day date.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you can swing it. So
Yes.
let's give everyone some ideas, because I don't know about you as a blogger, I am shocked at how many people are asking me, what do I do in Nashville? And not my friends coming from out of town, Nashville
Locals.
people.
Yep,
Right?
for sure, absolutely.
Okay, so let's break it down. So you talk a couple different categories, but active dates is a big one for you.
Yes, we love active dates.
Yeah.
Sometimes reconnecting is hard in busy restaurants or where they're louder.
Yeah.
So active dates, you're able to go and kind of, like axe throwing.
Yeah.
We were able to learn a new skill together.
You didn't know how to do that already?
No, it was not something that we've ever done.
Okay.
So we were able to go and learn that together, which was fun,
Right.
and created a new memory. And
Yeah, we have friends that just opened an axe throwing and escape room down in Murfreesboro. And I love that because, I mean, it's not like we're professional spies that we're doing
but
this.
you could be now.
But I could. Shh, be careful. Don't spoil my secret here. But you're right. When you get out of your comfort zone and do something, people talk about, oh, we both love to blah, blah, blah. But doing something that neither of you normally do, I think, awakens something different.
Absolutely, for sure.
But,
Yep.
I mean, there are things like hiking. You've done like a
We
hiking
have,
waterfall.
there's a lot of local hikes that aren't too far away and easy hikes that you can go and have a beautiful waterfall right behind your picnic.
And we are in Tennessee,
Right.
you know, and I think it's fun to be like a kid sometimes. Top golf you've done
Yep,
before.
Top golf is fun. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it. It's
Do
fun.
it.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. And then there's always the Nashville, I mean, the Preds.
Right. Sporting events are always good.
I think sporting events are a great way. And I mean, I'm not opposed to taking another couple with me.
Oh, no, group dates.
Right?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's fun to do something like that. So whether you're talking about getting out and getting active, I mean, you talk about cooking classes too.
Yes, cooking classes.
Where do you do that?
Solar Table's got a
Okay.
cooking class. You can do them at Whole Foods. Even has them.
yes.
You know,
That's right.
local Whole Foods all over the city. They offer something that you guys can learn to do together again.
And they do everything from like basic knife skills to like Tuscan wine.
Right.
Right?
Wine pairings.
Yeah, I've
Always a
never
good
done
idea.
it, but
Yeah.
always a good idea.
Always a good idea.
Just putting it out there. Well, I mean, if we don't want to get active, we don't want to do that. I mean, the staycation, I'm not going to lie,
It's amazing.
it's a go-to.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Opryland is our go-to.
Yes.
But you don't even have to, I mean, I want to talk about, they've got some specials, but also just to go for the night.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, have you guys gone there and just done dinner?
And
or-
just stayed around. There's a lot to do.
Right.
Start out with coffee so we can make it up house to, 9 o'clock and
Right.
staying out. There's a coffee shop that's great. But the gardens are beautiful and a lot of different restaurant choices.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, sound waves, we've done sound waves. We just did sound waves as
did you?
adults.
Yeah.
We did do
Yeah.
sound. Yes. I mean, you know, there's an adults only area there,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Have you seen the status symbol?
Yes,
bar?
yeah.
Right.
Up on the roof, or the top balcony.
Top level, infinity pool.
Yep.
Yes. So, and then we even did an event, they had a songwriters night there.
Right.
Which was fabulous because I mean, we can do concerts at like a Bridgestone or an Ascend, right? But I'm more of a, I don't know how you feel, but we have so many
There's
great
so much more
songwriters.
intimate, and and being able to hear the songwriter singing the song that they wrote in their own voice is always amazing.
Which I don't know if people know enough about that. I mean, there's so many great places to go hear music. You've got, I mean, of course, Bluebird and Listening Room.
Right.
But I mean, I've gone to the Well.
Yeah.
I've seen, and it's literally like songwriters with their stools and guitars.
Amazing songwriters.
And most of them know each other, which is, I'm like, where is this secret society I don't know about? Why haven't I been invited, even though I don't play guitar or write songs? Besides the point, but then they talk about stories of how they wrote the songs and who sang them, and it's just a really cool vibe.
It
I feel
is
like.
very cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm a big one for that. And then I think, you know, if you are going to do a staycation, you might as well do a spa.
Absolutely.
Right.
That should definitely be included.
So couple spa, and I know that Opryland has some great deals right now, especially on select winter dates. You can save 15% off. You can go to soundwavesgo.com for that. But
and valet's included?
Valet is included. Yes, thank you for bringing
Yes.
that up. If you eat or eat at one of the sit-down restaurants or get a spa treatment, your valet parking is included. So do it up. Get all your Instagram shots.
Yes.
Right? Speaking of Instagram, I love your Instagram feed.
Thank
Where
you
can
so
people
much.
find you?
moderndaymoguls.com or just Modern Day Moguls on Instagram.
There you go. I love it. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Remember to go to soundwavesgo.com if you want to save on your next Soundwaves vacation package. That's soundwavesgo.com. Michelle, we'll see you on Instagram.
All right.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Sammy's savings tip for today is to start planting seedlings. While the weather can still fluctuate this time of year, it's the perfect time to plant seedlings of your favorite fruits, vegetables, and herbs inside. You can literally get seeds for free from local sources like the public library, or even harvest them from the produce you're already eating. Just plant them in some recyclable egg cartons, and by the time spring is here, you'll be ready to transplant them outside. Then you'll enjoy your favorite fresh foods at a fraction of the cost this year. Speaking of fresh foods, cooking is one thing, but healing your body from the inside out is another. Thankfully, our next guest can help us do both. Welcome cookbook author and founder of the Anti-Diet Program, Lori Zabka. Hey,
Hi,
Lori.
Sammy. Glad to be here.
I am really excited, one, because I want to eat your food, because
Good.
I love hearing what you have to say, and I'm excited for our audience to hear about it.
Yeah.
But your food's delicious. Like, if I hadn't given you all of the, like, anti-inflammatory and the anti-diet,
Yeah.
sometimes people kind of do a hand at that.
Yes, because I'm a foodie.
Oh, well, there you go.
This is why. The reason that I learned to cook was because I love to eat.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with health and wellness, and I was
Interesting.
like, well, it better taste good. But yeah, I'm going to merge the two.
Merge the two. So
Good
we're
taste
making
it.
a black bean quinoa burger today.
Yeah.
So let's get
Yeah.
started on that, and then I want to hear more about the why behind we're doing
okay,
this.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, this is
seems
actually,
easy.
it's so easy, so fast, and kid-friendly because
Perfect.
I'll just let you have at it. So what we'll do, we're going to mash part of the black beans. We still want some of them whole so that when we shape the burgers, we
Can
see.
you tell I had some aggression I had to
No,
work on?
that's okay. This is good therapy. This
Okay.
is great.
So we're
So we
just-
kind of mash that up a little, and then we just start tossing in our ingredients.
Okay.
The fun thing is, if you're doing this with kids, they can totally use their hands.
Okay.
Maybe we won't do that right now if
No,
we don't want
okay.
to get
That's
super
okay.
messy.
Okay,
but
what else?
Let's throw in the egg. That's going to be our binder.
Is that just one egg?
That's one
Perfect.
egg.
Okay.
And look how colorful. I love the dark color of that pasture-raised egg.
Right. I learned that. The darker the yolk, the better. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so breadcrumbs. I'm using gluten-free panko.
Okay.
Don't have to, but
Those
I
are
have
easy
a-
to find too.
Yeah, very
Okay.
easy. I got that at Kroger.
Okay.
And then we've got our cooked quinoa. So this dry was about 1/4 of a cup.
Okay.
And
you measure it dry, right?
yeah,
That's
you
what-
measure
okay.
it dry.
Okay.
We're gonna get that in there. Some good fiber.
Okay.
And then we've got sort of the trinity here. We've got the garlic, onions, and a bell pepper. About 1/4 of a cup of bell pepper.
Does it matter what color you use?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It really doesn't. Although I will say, as it goes from green to yellow to orange to red, there's more vitamin C.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
The darker the color.
Darker the color, the better. Okay.
Now I'm just gonna eyeball this right here.
Okay.
This is salt.
Salt to taste.
Salt to taste.
Okay.
And I like a little sea salt, so I'm gonna throw a
Okay.
little extra in there. Okay, and then pepper. And then
what's our final?
This is cumin right here.
Smoky.
Yeah, this just gives it such great flavor.
Okay. Before we go, sorry, I want to talk to you about, tell me about the anti-inflammatory part of this before we get to the patties real quick.
The main, of course, all of the vegetables, or every vegetable has its own anti-inflammatory properties, but beans, I really think beans get overlooked.
Yeah.
And in today's diet culture, they sort of get a bad rap because we think, oh, well, they have too many carbohydrates, or they actually have a good amount of protein, tons of fiber. Yes, there's carbohydrate in there, but it's kind of the fiber and the phytonutrients in a bean that give it that anti-inflammatory punch.
Okay.
So I'm not a vegetarian, but we like to have some vegetarian meals throughout the week. Yeah.
Okay, so what would we do with this now? We're not
so what we would do, we would shape them into patties, but then we would put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes so that they're less likely to fall apart.
Okay.
And then we would just lightly fry them up. It's really just browning them in a pan, and then there they are. Look at that.
Can I bring this over here?
Yeah, bring that over.
I mean, and you've got regular burgers and sliders here, so you can make this and bun free.
Yeah, exactly. This is how I have it all the time. I put mine on lettuce, and I kind of make it like an open-faced sort of pseudo burger on lettuce. But my kids love sliders. We are a slider family, so they enjoy that. And then sometimes my husband, maybe he wants a regular burger. So there's something for everybody when you cook a meal like this.
Well, we're going to have this recipe on the SamiConeShow.com. You can find your book on Lori Zabka.
LifeByLoriZ.com. Yep, look at the anti-diets, full of recipes, but it's my philosophy behind why I believe in anti-inflammatory foods.
That's so good. I can't wait to dig into this. I hope you'll give it a chance. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Sammy. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it.
When is the last time you turned to a children's book for wisdom on how to approach today's issues? Matthew Paul Turner joins me today, not just to discuss his latest bestseller, but what any of us can learn at any age from its powerful message. Hey, MPT.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thanks,
this
man.
is so
I'm
fun.
proud of you.
Yeah,
we're just hanging out, right?
Yeah,
it just happens to be in a TV studio.
It feels really comfortable.
Well, I'm glad it feels comfortable. Well, I'm excited for you.
Oh,
you have another bestseller. Did you think that was going to be, I mean, you've got a lot of books to your name.
Well, you know, I started writing children's books, I guess, 6 years ago, and finally got a deal in 2017. My first book came out, and this is my fourth book, like
fourth children's book. Right.
And so it's been a really fun experience so far. I've been really blessed to have these opportunities and to see, to be so surprised where children's books go after someone buys them, like where they get gifted, where they show up in people's lives. It's really kind of fun.
Well, now that you bring that up, what's one cool story? Because you do get, I see messages all the time get sent to you about, I mean.
I had a lady write me who was in her early 60s, and she had just found out she had cancer, and she was going through an experience where she didn't really want to talk to God, and she bought my first book, When God Made You, and she read it every day during her chemotherapy. Wow. She didn't have kids, she didn't have grandkids, it was just her and my book in her bed, and she would say those words over her life during that experience. And I'm just like, I didn't think about that kind of scenario as I was writing that book. So I mean, it's kind of interesting to see how it all comes together.
Well, I don't even know if I've shared this with you. I saw it at a funeral, and I said it was a friend of ours that had adopted, and you know, it was a different culture, and it was one of her daughter's favorite books. And so just to see it there, it just reminded me, I mean, you've really championed a cause here. You've been so vocal about the need for more diversity, more inclusivity in children's books in particular. How did that even become pressed upon your heart?
Well, when I started writing children's books, I had traveled a lot. That's one of the privileges that I've been able to do. I've traveled all over the world, and I had read so many statistics about children's books not showcasing or representing
Yeah.
the diversity that we see in our everyday lives. And I just kind of made that my thing. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to try to fix it all, but I want to use my platform and my, you know, opportunities to, you know, bring about the change that I'm able to.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it well. I mean, it debuted 17th in all of Amazon books.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, no, it's doing really well.
And it's a beautiful retelling. I mean, When God Made the World is a, you know, it's kind of the classic Genesis story, but with a really beautiful cadence, a unique twist.
Yeah, no, I love books that rhyme. I like books that, you know, at some point during.
This is on your reading level, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, and it's also one of those things that you might be able to memorize parts of it when you've read, you know, your 4th book by the time, you know, 8:30 comes around to your kids. You want it to kind of flow off your, flow out of your mouth, and and to be easy. And so that's why I love that rhyming text. And so it has. I decided that I wanted to put in the whole diversity thing, because that's a part of the beauty of creation, and then also just taking care of what God has given us, and this planet being that, you know, one of those things, and just being able to encourage kids at an early age to kind of take responsibility for what we use and to use it responsibly.
Well, I think it's, like I said, it's a message beyond just our kids. It's a message that all of us need to hear.
Yeah.
I know we have it. I don't have little ones anymore, but I love just the same thing, just pondering over some of those passages. They're really powerful. Where can people find the book?
You can go to Target, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or MatthewPaulTurner.com to find all the other places, and so.
Perfect. There's so much more I know we could talk about. It's a great story of perseverance. I mean, the story of you even publishing your first. I
know. I got 11 no's, 11 no's from publishers, and so publishers that I had worked with before. So this was a big thing, and so I'm really, really honored.
It's
to
incredible.
Get to do it.
Well, thank you for sharing your gift with us, and for everyone. Like you said, When God Made the World is out now. Matthew, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited for the
Very
next one.
grateful.
Before I go, I need you to know you are the one. That's right. You are the only one of you. You are made for this time, for this place, for this purpose. God created you to be uniquely yourself, so stop comparing yourself to others. Stop looking behind at what could have been or looking around you at what could be. Be present in this moment and look up and ahead, asking God to pour all that He has and all that He is into you, so you can be a vessel of hope and love for others. I want to thank all my guests for being here today to help us love ourselves and others well. Most of all, thanks to each of you who continue to walk this road with me. Have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.